Hello YouTube, how do you doing? This is the Gentleman Scholar here in beautiful, overcast Manchester, New Hampshire. There's a freshly washed American flag behind me that my husband put up today. I am sitting here enjoying, let me see if I can get this here without knocking it over. Enjoy my second glass of wine. Excuse me. After my labors. And my labors were finally finishing phase 1 of putting away 2 cords of wood. Phase 2 is this part here. The island of misfit toys, the island of misfit pieces, which I'll be finding homes for probably on Tuesday. I'm going to take a break from this. And the third phase will be cleaning up all that kindling, which involves a rake and finding which pieces will serve as kindling and which pieces are just basically mulch, which I'll just be tipping over the side there. But it took me, how long did it take me? The wood was delivered 7 a.m. last Monday. And just dumped right there, which is fine, because that's how we do it every year. And then I started, but as I'm fresh from the hernia operation, I really had to kind of take it easy. So the order of the day was light loads, frequent trips, and frequent breaks, because there was a time when I could do 2 cords and the misfit stuff and all 3 phases in one day. Same with my partner, but none of us are getting any younger. Plus the fact that we've got physical disabilities to work around. But I figured, you know what? I figured no one was complaining about having to get past the wood pile. There's no big rush. The original plan was to let Bill's grandkids come over next weekend to load the wood, but I wasn't just going to sit there for a week and let 2 cords of wood just sit there. I mean, I'm lazy, but I'm not that lazy. I wanted to smoke a pipe. I wanted to go downstairs and smoke it, but now all of a sudden, like the Padre says in his latest video, I just thought of the production it would involve, like getting the pipe and loading it up and then getting a video done, just getting a video set up. I just didn't want to do the work, but I will do a pipe video before I go back to work this week. An actual proper pipe video where I'm smoking a pipe. What did I want to say? Yeah, speaking of work, I'm going back to work this coming Friday. I called up the Delta schedule folk. Didn't want to tell you who I work for. I don't know why. I called up the airline schedule folks and told them when I'd be available to work. So from May 16th onward, I'm free to go back to work, which means I can pick up any trip off the open board that I feel like working. So I went looking around for one-day turns and whatnot, just to kind of ease me into this whole thing. And got a turn on Friday. Also got a turn on Monday. So yeah, I don't want to just jump into this full throttle, because we're coming up on summer travel season, and summer travel season is pretty intense. So I'm gonna just dip my toe in nice and slow. Got some good friends of mine who just went to Scotland yesterday. I think it's their 2nd or 3rd vacation there in a row. Not sure. But Tony is a colleague of mine, and he decided to go there. And I told him to go visit the Callanish Standing Stones, which is way up in the Highlands on the Isle of Lewis. And it takes you, if you time it right, it takes you a day to get up there. But if you get there, yeah, it takes you about 24 hours to get up there, regardless of what time of day. If you start in the middle of the day, you're going to have to spend the night somewhere to get it, because it's way up there, and you have to take ferries and whatnot. But the Callanish Standing Stones are older than Stonehenge, and but it's really worth viewing, because I've been up there twice, and you feel really small and insignificant compared to all the history that's that just sprawled out in front of you with those stones. They have a great visitor center, and it really feels like it's the end of the earth up there. Just very kind people. Well, all of Scotland is kind people, but up in the Highlands, just, I don't know. Bed and breakfast is all over the place, pubs all over the place. Scotland, it's just a wonderful place to go. It's like going to the Shire, like I always say. And I love the place dearly, and I miss the place. And if it did involve air travel, if I could just basically teleport myself there, or transport myself Star Trek style there, I'd probably kill my liver pretty quickly. I could have many friends over there I could be doing pub crawls with, but but it's just the time involved to get there, which for me is nothing, because, I mean, the cost is minimal for me to get there. But none of us are getting any younger, and just want to spend time with my family while I'm still able to. Because my husband's considerably older than me, and so I don't want to be spending weeks and days and weeks on end, traveling somewhere else where it's just kind of selfish, I think. I'd like him to come with me, but neither of us are in a position to do major hiking or anything like that. So